So, there's this dude, a total recluse. He gets zapped into a different world with super duper magic stuff, but guess what? He just wants to be a hermit again. But nope, he wakes up as a baby prince named Reinhardt, a son of King Jilk and Queen Gizlot, who used to be some big hero. They check his magic level, and it's only a lousy 0-2. His parents are so embarrassed they leave him in the woods. But here's the twist. That measuring thingy only goes up to 2 digits, so it turns out he's actually super powerful, like god level strong at 1002. Reinhardt figures out that his barrier magic can do all sorts of cool stuff like flying and fighting. He even beats up a big bad flame fenrir named Flay. To hide his fancy royal status, he's like, I'm Demon Lord Haruto now, and turns Flay into a gorgeous lady sidekick. Then this Count Gold Zenfris, who's related to King Jilk, is all grossed out by what Jilk did and secretly adopts Haruto as his son and Flay as his servant. Fast forward 9 years, Haruto is living with Gold, his mom Natalia, and his sis Charlotte. He's got this weird thing going on with Charlotte, who doesn't seem to like him, and they both plan to sneak away someday. Gold tries to teach him sword stuff, but Haruto is all about that barrier magic and becomes a total boss at fighting. Gold and Natalia start to worry that Haruto might have some demon blood in him, which would explain why Flay's so attached to him. But hey, they're happy that they've raised him to be a decent guy, even with all his crazy powers. So Gold comes back from a mission to take down some bandits, but they messed him up real bad. He's got like 100 injured guys with him. But guess what? Haruto secretly uses his magic to heal them all up. Sneaky, right? That night, Haruto and Flay sneak off to get revenge on those bandits. Oh, and Char, a sister of his, accidentally sees them flying away all sneaky-like. Haruto finds out that these bandits are actually soldiers from the neighboring empire, and they're causing trouble in the kingdom with the help of a super shady, high-ranking kingdom dude who's a total traitor. Haruto's like, I can't let this slide, so he sends all the info to Gold in a secret letter. Gold, being the smart cookie he is, starts thinking maybe Flay did some serious damage to those empire guys with her fire magic. Now Char's always been a bit wary of Haruto because he's got this kinda scary vibe about him, which is why she hasn't liked him much. So she decides to play detective and starts tailing him. Eventually, Haruto's mom, Natalia, and Char head off to a festival, but guess what? Empire soldiers show up and try to mess with them. Haruto, thanks to his magic security stuff, knows what's up and sends them psychic messages to get away safe. He flies in like a superhero and saves the day. Natalia passes out, so only Char sees it's Haruto doing the hero stuff. She's like, okay, maybe he's not so bad after all, and decides to keep it a secret. Gold, on the other hand, starts getting real suspicious about this mystery do-gooder who keeps helping out, especially when he sees Char being all chummy with Haruto. But hey, sometimes you gotta let some mysteries stay unsolved. Now Char starts getting super attached to Haruto and finds out he's into ancient magic stuff, which he thinks is connected to his barrier magic. She digs up some old magic books from the family library and shows them to him. Now, when Haruto tells Char about anime, she's all like, I gotta watch that. So he gets all creative and makes this magic barrier thingy that connects to the internet in Japan. But to watch anime, Char needs to learn Japanese, and guess what? She becomes a master of it in just 2 weeks. She starts binge watching so much anime that Haruto has to put her on a 3-hour limit. Then one day, Char spots his royal birthmark, but she thinks it's some kind of hero symbol. Gold heads out to deal with some regular bandits, and Char decides it's time for Haruto to put on his hero persona and help out Gold. This gets Haruto thinking, and he comes up with a plan to disguise himself with a barrier and look like a mysterious masked adult hero. He goes out, captures the bandits, and introduces himself to Gold as still pending, taking credit for all the good deeds that Haruto had been doing secretly for years. Finally, after lots of hard work, Haruto makes a barrier clone of himself that can step in for him when needed. Their home gets a visit from Prince Laius and Princess Marianne, who Haruto figures out must be his younger siblings born after he was ditched in the forest. Laius is all cocky and challenges Haruto to a duel, but he ends up getting beat and embarrassed. Marianne, on the other hand, is more polite and smart. She's shocked that Haruto's magic level is only 2. That's a lot to take in. Laius, still sore about his defeat, gets some advice from his servant. The servant suggests that Laius spend some time getting to know Char during his tour of the kingdom. Haruto starts to smell something fishy about this. That very night, Haruto faces off against a bunch of mages who spill the beans. They admit they were sent by none other than the queen herself, who turns out to be Haruto's own birth mom, Gizlot. These mages were sent to assassinate Char because she's got some crazy magical potential that could even surpass the queen's power. Haruto's alarm bells start ringing loud and clear. He remembers that Gizlot is willing to kill kids if it serves her twisted goals, So he makes a solemn promise to protect Char, even if it means he has to take out Gizlot himself. Gold spills the beans to Haruto about Gizlot's dark past. She used to be an adventurer and even off the Demon Lord back in the day. But her hunger for power led her to overthrow King Jilk, and now she's ruling all by herself. If she were to croak, it would cause a massive civil war as all the noble folks fought to snag the throne. Gold's got this dream that maybe Char can grow up powerful enough to overthrow Gizlot and be a kind and just queen. So he gets Haruto on board with a plan to protect Char until she's all grown up. Haruto says yes, but deep down he's got revenge on his mind. He's cooking up a secret plan to take out Gizlot himself. Things are getting pretty intense. Haruto, under his still pending disguise, sneaks into Gizlot's castle and takes her down super easily, even with her hero powers. He slaps a slave collar on her and lets her stay as queen, but he's got a big warning for her. If she tries to remove the collar or harm Char in any way, that collar's gonna chop off her head. He leaves her there, totally embarrassed and powerless. Fast forward 5 years, and there haven't been any more assassination attempts. Char is growing up all happy and stuff. Gizlot has turned into a total hermit, hiding away from the world. Haruto starts thinking, maybe I can go back to my recluse life. But oh no, Gold drops the bomb that he's got to go to Magic Academy in the capital for 3 years. See, former King Jilk sponsored him, and there's this unspoken message to make friends with Marion and Laius, those royal siblings. Haruto, who still longs for his hermit life, decides he's gonna send his barrier clone, the one that can't do magic, to the academy. He hopes the clone's lack of skills will get it kicked out without making Jilk or Gold mad. Meanwhile, he bolts to his secret mountain cabin, hoping for a solid 3 years of complete solitude. Well, except for those times when Flay brings Char over to watch anime. Haruto even makes a teleportation barrier to make Char's visits easier and chats with his clone in the capital. It's his way of trying to balance his hermit life with his other duties. Haruto suddenly remembers that he's supposed to find a new helper to go with him to the academy. So he heads over to this secret village in the mountains called Pandemonium. This place is full of skeletons who used to be mages that Gizlot sent to bump off Char. Even that golem Jigen is there, and turns out she's a shy young lady. Now after 5 years, these skeletons have developed personalities, and they think Haruto is their hero for saving them. Johnny, their leader, spills the beans with a little help from Flay. They started taking in other monsters who didn't have a home, and the village has become a farming community. But here's the bummer. Haruto doesn't find the right person to be his helper among them. Meanwhile, there's this Blizzard dragon who got booted from her home by Empire mercenaries. Gold's worried she might cause trouble for the kingdom, so Haruto and Flay go check it out. They find her hurt just inside the Empire's border, and after beating up the mercenaries and patching her up, Haruto learns she's been a total bookworm and recluse for 300 years. She only visits cities every now and then, pretending to be a young girl just to get books. Those mercenaries wrecked her home and burned her books, so Haruto's like, hey, come live in Pandemonium with us. She agrees and sees Haruto as her master now. They give her the name Lisa. It looks like Haruto's found himself a new companion for his academy adventure. Lisa starts working as a maid alongside Flay, but there's something strange going on. Lisa is like this perfect maid without any training, and that's got Flay a bit puzzled. Pretty soon, Lisa becomes Char's personal maid and also teaches her magic. Haruto thinks about making her his attendant, but he just can't bring himself to take her away from Char. Char figures out that Haruto's gonna attend the academy, and she's seen enough school stuff in anime to think there's gonna be some secret evil council, and a bad noble guy will be Haruto's enemy. So she gathers her roundtable knights, which includes Flay, Lisa, Johnny, and Jigen, to figure out how to keep Haruto safe. Johnny and Jigen are left in charge of expanding Pandemonium's army, while Char, Flay, and Lisa go on a mission to check out this supposed evil council. Haruto catches wind of their plan and goes along with it. He's thinking this might be his chance to make Lisa his attendant without making Char upset. He's pretty sure once he gets kicked out of the academy, Char will drop her protection plan anyway. So that's it for this video. If you want me to continue this story and make a part 2, then comment down below.